lacrosse ball. One of those things that can be used to release a lot of tension from the body, but is actually quite painful for a lot of people. So let me give you an example. Let's just say that you've been recommended by someone to use one of these on the top of your shoulders to loosen up your upper traps. Let's just say you build up a lot of tension there. And you find it's just simply too painful to use one of these things, and you end up not doing anything about it at all. And unfortunately, the pain up the neck and into the head gets worse and worse, which is a very unfortunate situation, but it does happen to a lot of people. I have made a technique that admittedly isn't as effective as kneading into it with a lacrosse ball or getting some massage treatment from a rehab professional like myself, but it is much less painful and is still effective in loosening up the upper trap and levator scap muscles. Hi everyone, I'm Matthew Scott and welcome to MCR Powerhouse. So let's get started with the technique. Okay, so the first thing you'll need is a bunch of plates, a barbell, and a super band that is tied to the barbell itself. Lacrosse ball, forget about it. Yeah, that just rolled into my clinic, whatever. So, basically the amount of weight that you would want to load up is more than the maximum stretch of the super band. For example, thick blue bands like the one I've got here usually have about 60 to 70 kilos of pressure under maximum stretch. I've loaded up roughly about 120 kilos there. Let's see, 30, 50, 120 kilos, right, so I've loaded up 120, so there's no way, even if I get under here and put as much stretch under it as possible, the barbell ain't going anywhere. It can roll back and forth, but it's not going up and down. And if you're using, for example, a black band, they usually go up to about 90, 95 kilos of pressure. So to play it safe, add an extra 20, 30 kilos on top of that, and it shouldn't be going anywhere. Now, if you've watched my clips in the past, you'll know, always check the outsides to make sure that there are no cracks, because if there's a crack, there's a potential that it could just snap out of nowhere and it could be potentially dangerous. If it's peeling, I have been told before that it is actually still safe to use because they actually just do that over time over wear. It doesn't necessarily mean it's compromised, it's more the actual side of the band itself. Right, now you're probably asking, well wait, can I do this on a squat rack? You know, can I tie the band around a squat rack and do it on an angle? Yes, absolutely. You can do it on an ankle if you want, and then you can lean forward into it. But with this one, I'm trying to make it a little more comfortable for people. So this puts less pressure, and I feel it's something where you can get direct pressure downwards rather than on an angle. So with this one, all you have to do, straddle over the bar like so. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide my shoulder. So I'm going right up to the top of the upper traps here, not out on the shoulder here. That can actually be a little bit risky. You want to be nice and close, more towards the neck. So I'll slide under like so, making sure that it's nice and close to the neck. And then I'm literally just going to stand up, like so. And then I'm going to step over the top and twist around. So the reason why I'm stepping over the top, and be careful of the bar rolling behind your legs by the way, is because you want to put a bit more stretch through the band itself. And then from here, I can just look up and away, tuck the neck down, and just do gentle movements of the arm and neck. And then you hop out of it. Now, what that's doing basically is there's certain areas of that muscle there that have what's called trigger points. And they can send pain up the neck and towards the front of the head. Now, obviously with some people, as I mentioned before, it can be a little bit tender. With this technique, it's going to be much less painful and it's still going to help you loosen up the traps. I can actually even feel it right now on myself that there is actually a difference. If you want, give it a shot yourself, just ease yourself into the process, and you don't necessarily have to use a blue band like this. You can use a thicker, not a thicker band, lighter, thinner green band, but I wouldn't recommend anything less than this because this is, anything less than that, you're not going to get any pressure through the shoulders at all. So, give it a shot if you like. See if it's a little less painful and see if it's effective in loosening up your upper traps. Now, you could reposition yourself to loosen up the muscle I was referring to earlier in the clip, but for now, that plus the movement of the neck should help loosen up both of them, more so the upper traps. So I hope you enjoyed the clip, and I will see you all next time. Keep it strong, keep it simple, catch you later.